The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Pauline Verzosa. After ravaging several parts of the country, Pepito is now outside the Philippine territory. It was last spotted some 570 kilometers west of Lawag City, Ilocos Norte. It no longer has any direct impact on the country. Scattered or isolated rains, though, are still expected in several areas. Batanes will experience cloudy skies with rains due to the northeasterly surface wind flow. Now, the same goes for the Babuyan Islands due to the shear line. Easterlies, meanwhile, will trigger rains in Caraga, northern Mindanao, Bicol, eastern Visayas, and Davao region. President Bongbong Marcos has called the public to unite and pray for those who were affected by the previous consecutive storms. PBBM held a national prayer breakfast in Malacanang yesterday, where various religious leaders prayed for the country. The president emphasized the need for the country to unite amid calamities. He also confirmed a death that was reported in Camarines Norte due to the recent Typhoon Pepito.
And my feelings about that is that one casualty is one casualty too many. So that is unfortunate.
At least 7 people were reported dead due to recent tropical cyclones. According to the NDRRMC, some 30 individuals were injured while 2 others remain missing. Over 495,000 families were affected by the tropical cyclones. Now, that's equivalent to some 1.8 million individuals across the country. Damage to agriculture is now pegged at 8.6 million pesos, while damage to infrastructure has ballooned to more than 469 million pesos. We'll be back with more stories after this break. Keep it here on One News. Welcome back. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Pauline Verzosa. The Justice Department has formed a team that will investigate extrajudicial killings during the time of former President Rodrigo Duterte. They will look into possible violations of international humanitarian law. Ria Fernandez with a report.
Just days after the tough-talking former president from Davao faced the House Squad Committee, the DOJ announced that a special task force has been set in motion to see if Rodrigo Duterte violated laws over alleged extrajudicial killings that happened during his drug war. The task force is made up of state prosecutors and representatives from the NBI.
International humanitarian law ang ating pinupuntirya ngayon because it is the law that the ICC is studying as well as the law that we have here. And it's the law of the ICC actually, it's what they're using right now.
At this point, the scope of the investigation is still uncertain. According to Remulla, several laws could come into play per the Philippine Revised Penal Code, particularly Republic Act 9851. That RA covers crimes against international humanitarian law, genocide, and other crimes against humanity. But the Justice Department says it will take every precaution to make sure that it is aligned with the drug war probe already being conducted by the House of Representatives and the Senate. More importantly, the investigation should not overlap with that of the International Criminal Court or ICC.
We want the charges to be separate from each other. Even if we're not members of the ICC, the spirit of complementarity still applies.
In the Quad inquiry, Duterte admitted to planting evidence as a strategy to net drug suspects when he was still Davao City Mayor. He also admitted to giving funds to police officers in anti-illegal drug operations, thereby confirming the existence of some form of a reward system. Digong's former spokesman and chief legal counsel has questioned the DOJ coming into the picture. Attorney Sal Panelo says if Duterte has made extrajudicial admissions, why not just file a case against him? Panelo says they are just engaged in relentless propaganda against the former president to besmirch his reputation. Meanwhile, Malacanang through Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin dismissed Duterte's claims that they were using former Senator Sonny Trillanes to attack him. Duterte said as much during a phone call with Panelo last week, which was live-streamed on TikTok, in which he called Trillanes a Malacanang-sponsored attack dog.
Mahirap pumatol na sa ganyan dahil hallucination na yun.
Ano po, sir?
Hallucination.
For News 5, Ria Fernandez, we are One News.
The House Committee on Good Government is offering 1 million pesos to someone who can surface a certain individual named Mary Grace Piatos. Now recall that this name is one of the recipients of the Office of the Vice President's confidential funds in 2022. Lawmakers raised their eyebrows and doubted that this person exists. They pointed out that their name is a combination of a cafe and a popular snack.
At least we can put to rest, no? Na kasi hindi kami naniniwala na totoong may Mary Grace Piatos. So sinasabi nila totoo. So kung sino yung mga kakatulong sa amin para mahanap si Mary Grace Piatos, handa pong magbigay ng pabuya, no? Yung mga congressman.
The Office of the Vice President has yet to comment on this matter. House Committee on Good Government Vice Chairman Representative Jay Kong-hoon said the search for Mary Grace Piatos is their way to highlight the importance of transparency in government offices.
We want to set an example, no? We want to know the truth. Kasi it follows Pag wala si Mary Grace Piatos, sigurado halos lahat na ng tao na naandun is fictitious na.
Senator Jinggoy Estrada made expletive remarks about San Juan Mayor Francis Zamora and the alleged rise of flying voters in the city. Estrada raised suspicions on the increase of voters in the city that his clan previously controlled for half a century. The senator said the increase of new voters in San Juan City could result in electing the same mayor in the next elections. Ejercito did not mention Zamora, but he only referred to him as a former basketball player who does not even reside in San Juan City.
If these issues will not be resolved, no other candidates from other parties will never have a chance of being elected as public officials in San Juan. Laging kung sino man ang sabihin ni mayor namin doon, yun lang ang boboto nila. Wala nang pagkakataon dahil meron sila 30,000 flying voters.
The Ninoy Aquino International Airport, or NAIA, is now gearing up for the Christmas rush. Its operator, the new NAIA Infrastructure Corporation, says passengers may expect some changes. These include the early opening of check-in counters and additional immigration personnel. More X-ray machines and point-to-point bus routes are also expected to be operational.
Christmas season 2024 will be at least 50% improvement over last year customer experience.
And those are the top stories of the hour. I'm Pauline Verzosa. We are One News.